Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another December daily process video. I'm kicking this video off with day 15 where I'm telling the story of my advent calendars for the year. So I have two advent calendars, one with candy in it and one with tea. And I've been saving a bunch of the tea bags and then these quotes that are on the back of the doors that I open. So I start by going through some of my embellishments and decide that I'm going to use these chipboard stars, and therefore I'm also going to use the chipboard 15 to kind of tie that in together. And then I also have a picture of the advent calendars that I got printed in a 4x4 square that I'm cutting into 4 2x2 squares to put in this big 2x2 pocket page. So now I am cutting the quotes into little 2x2 squares and they fit pretty perfectly. If I had ripped them off a little bit cleaner, it would have been like much neater, but I actually kind of like the look that it gives, that it's a little bit messy. But I like that I'm including the quotes and the tea bags from the actual advent calendar. In fact, I don't actually do any journaling on this day. I kind of just let the items from the advent calendar and then the photos of the advent calendars speak for themselves. So once I get everything cut down, then it's kind of figuring out how I want to arrange it and where I kind of want everything to go, including the embellishments and the quotes, and just trying to kind of balance everything out a little bit. I end up cutting the tea bags again. I thought I was going to try to make little pockets and be a little bit more crafty, but I decided for time's sake, I was just going to trim them down. So then I start putting everything in. I end up having to trim things a little bit more here or there in order to make it fit into the pockets. I don't know if I'm just bad at lining up the numbers on my paper cutter, but nothing was quite the right size and I had to pull out the scissors and trim things down a little bit. I don't end up putting a like staple or anything to kind of close that top pocket that has that wood veneer star. I kind of regret that. I feel like I should have, because I feel like that star is going to fall out as soon as I start turning the pages in my December daily album, but it's okay. I can always go back and add that in later. So I end up just putting everything into the little pockets and kind of moving things around till it looks the way that I want it to look. And then I realize I do want to put on here somewhere that these are my advent calendars. So I pull out the sticker that's from the other advent calendar I have for December daily and write advent calendars, but I really don't like the way that that looks. And when I try to take the sticker off, it gets kind of messed up. So I grab another sticker that's actually from a one little word sticker page, and then I put that over top of it, trim off the edges, and then write advent calendars in my normal Papermate Flair, which is my favorite pen for both this project and to use all of the time. For day 16, it was the first day my mom and sister arrived, so I got these 3 photos that are 3x4, and then I end up pulling out this December Memories journaling card. I decided to go with the white 16, and then I decide that these white hearts kind of complement that, and I try to fit to one on that kind of crosses over the 2 pictures and one on the other picture. And then on the back of the advent calendar page, I'm not really going to add a bunch of things that go with this story, but I knew I wanted to add pattern paper on the back of the actual photo, so it wasn't just those white squares, and I picked out kind of a maroon striped pattern paper that matches my dress on the other side. So I swap out some of the white hearts a little bit, kind of move things around, trying to make it fit as well as I possibly can over those 2 photos. And then here I am trimming down that patterned paper just into 4 2x2 squares, again, to go on the back of that 2x2 photo from the day before, just so we don't have those white big squares on the back of those pages. So I just go ahead and stick those into the pockets. And then I get to journaling and I just kind of write that I'm thankful that my mom and sister are here and that we have some girl time. A lot of that day was documented in the vlog, so I just keep it pretty simple here and then start to just glue everything down with my adhesive roller. I may have considered using something a little bit stronger because those plastic hearts are really, really thick. I also realized that I put it down and then needed to trim the photo, but couldn't fit it into my paper cutter anymore. But I really did love how this simple day turned out. So for day 17, another day with my mom and sister, I kind of tell 2 stories. One is this summit experience that we went to at the top of the new One Vanderbilt building here in New York. So I actually ended up with a lot more photos and I decided to go with these 4. And then on the other side, I have this picture we took with my friend Jessie at this adorable Christmas bar. And I also want to find a way to incorporate this wristband they gave us at the summit experience. So I end up deciding to kind of have it go across the middle between those 4 photos. And now I'm trying to figure out where to put the numbers. What numbers to put. I knew I kind of wanted to fill in that blank space on the ribbon wristband with the numbers. And so once I picked the wood veneer 17, now I'm trying to tie in wood veneer in my embellishments. So I keep it really, really simple and just grab these plain wood veneer hearts. And then I also grab this little wood veneer piece that says bring on the joy and pull in a heart onto the journaling card as well. So then I get to journaling. I chose a journaling card that says making magic because if you did watch the vlogs from this trip, there were a lot of things that got canceled canceled. And it was really tough to kind of keep our spirits up and still want to have fun while they were visiting New York, given how many things got canceled. So I decided to go ahead and journal about that a little bit. And one of the things that we decided to do was go shopping. I talked about the summit experience and how cool that was. Highly recommend. And then that we went to this fun Christmas bar with Jesse, and it was just so nice to kind of listen to some Christmas carols and drink some delicious Christmas drinks. And that we still had obviously a wonderful day spending time together in New York, and it was very magical. So then I get to sticking down all of those wood veneer accents and sticking things into the pockets. Even when I'm putting on embellishments, I do tend to keep things pretty simple. I like the simplicity, and I like being able to get things done pretty quickly. That is how I managed to get this album done in December, because while there are some days that I get a little bit more crafty, most of my days are pretty simple, just a little bit of journaling and some embellishments. Also, I realized that that plastic heart that I put down the day before made it difficult for me to put a picture in on the bag, so I had to take that off and stick it back down. Then I'm going ahead and cutting that wristband. I have a little bit of trouble on the other side cutting it smoothly, and so it ends up being a little bit shorter than I want it to be, but I do end up kind of covering that with the 17, and so I think it ends up looking okay. So this day I did sort of end up documenting all the things we did that day and not just telling one particular story. And then day 18 is us going on the Gossip Girl tour. So I have the photo of the three of us on the couch in the Empire, and then the photos of me at the school and on the Met steps. And I knew I wanted to use this paper that's got a map of Manhattan as like the pattern paper. So first things first, I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate the number 18. And I toyed with the idea of doing these really, really big numbers, but decide I don't actually like them. So I pull out these little black ones. They are separate though. I grab the 1 and the 8 to make the 18. And then I know I want to include XOXO somewhere on here with those red letter stickers that were from earlier in the advent calendar, but it took me a long time to decide which picture I wanted to put it on, or whether I wanted to put it on the map of New York and where I wanted to put it. So I end up putting it on this photo of me on the Met steps. If you've seen Gossip Girl, you know what I'm talking about. And then I want to incorporate somehow that this is the Gossip Girl tour. So I go on the hunt for like just a square sticker in a color that kind of goes with the aesthetic and kind of looks nice. I end up pulling out this darker one. I don't like that, so I go with this rectangle one, but then end up trimming it off. And then just with my Paper Mate Flair, I wrote Gossip Girl Tour. I don't really write anything else. Again, I documented some of this in the vlog, and it just didn't really feel like something I needed to journal about. So I get everything stuck down and get everything in the pockets. This is another one of those days that I kept things really, really simple. And this is actually going to be the last December daily process video for this season, because now I'm going to be traveling and I'm not taking all of my supplies with me. So I will work on it when I get back, kind of more leisurely and when I have time. And then I eventually will show you a full flip through of how the album finished up, but I won't be filming kind of the process anymore. I hope that you enjoyed watching these December daily process videos this season. Let me know down in the comments if you did, and by giving this video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching.